That the Horse Energy is going to be paired well with Giratina from Lost Thunder. I don't think it's as good of a combo for that. With Giratina decks, you're really going to be looking at Recycle Energy just because it comes back from the discard pile just like the Giratina every turn. But for Pokemon to stick around, like Pokemon VMAX, we're going to be Horse Energy with cards like Giant Bomb. You can make it so that your opponent takes 120 damage in return when they attack into a Pokemon like Dragapult. I'm not exactly sure, but the Horse Energy is going to be paired well with Giratina from Lost Thunder. I don't think it's as good of a combo for that. With Giratina decks, you're really going to be looking at Recycle Energy just because it comes back from the discard pile just like the Giratina every turn. But for Pokemon to stick around, like Pokemon VMAX, we're going to be taking multiple hits in order to go down. If you 2 or 3 hit KO Dragapult VMAX, that means you're taking 20, 40, 60 damage in residual damage while trying to just knock out one Dragapult VMAX. If that Dragapult gets healed, then that number is multiplied even further. If you have 2 Horror Psychic Energies on a Dragapult VMAX, these things stack. So you could be taking 40 damage per attack with a Dragapult VMAX that has 2 Horror Psychic Energy attached. So I think this is a powerful card. I think that it's got niche uses. I think it's pretty much going to be played explicitly with Dragapult VMAX. That being said, Dragapult VMAX is one of the most busted cards out of Rebel Clash, so this card's going to be good. The other energy. Speed Lightning Energy. At number 7, when you attach this card from your hand to a Lightning Pokemon, you draw 2 cards. Speed Lightning Energy is so good, chat. This card is awesome. And I put it above Horror Psychic Energy because I think that the card is just better than Horror Psychic Energy. I think that when you have that additional draw power to an archetype, you really increase its potential. Speed Lightning Energy combos well with Jirachi because you can attach Speed Lightning Energy, draw 2 cards, then Stellar Wish. You're digging 7 cards deeper into your deck instead of 5 by using Speed Lightning Energy. It combos well with the new boss's orders. You can Speed Lightning Energy into the boss's orders. Raw draw power in these lightning decks is extremely powerful. Combos well with the Dene. Instead of data changing for 6, you can data change Speed Lightning. Now you have 8 cards, right? hand size, hand advantage is huge in the Pokemon trading card game. Speed Lightning Energy giving that power of hand advantage, of draw power, to the entire Lightning catalog is just absolutely mind-blowing. So I think this card is very good. I think Lightning decks will be playing a whole suit of them. I mean, 4, why not? I mean, the card just reads draw 2 cards, and it's not a supporter card. That's just insane. I think that not only are you increasing your odds of a turn 1 Bolt Sun, you're increasing your odds of a turn 1 Full Blitz going second. I think that Speed Lightning Energy helps make the case for Lightning decks choosing to go second, because you are able to burn through just that little bit more of your deck. Not only do you have Radar to go get your powerful GX Pokemon, Day-Day Change, but now you also have Speed Lightning, and it's possible. To just turn through a huge portion of your deck on the first turn of the game, which makes going second very attractive. Now, I see some comments in the chat. This could have been higher on the list. The reason that Speed Lightning Energy is not higher on the list is because it is pigeonholed just into Lightning-type decks. So you have to ask yourself, does Speed Lightning Energy make the archetype itself? No, it doesn't, right? Speed Lightning is just an accessory to an already powerful archetype, and Speed Lightning Energy does not go in every deck. Therefore, Speed Lightning Energy, fallen at number 7, a very powerful new card out of Rebel Clash, and I expect every single Lightning deck to play many of these. Coming in at number 6 is Twin Energy. It's like double colorless energy, but it's not quite as good because you can't attach it to Pokemon GX or Pokemon V, which are like the 2 best kinds of Pokemon in the game. But everybody else is fair game. Now, Twin Energy is a great card. I think that the reason that Twin Energy outperforms both Speed Lightning Energy and the Horror Psychic Energy is because Twin Energy makes cards playable that were not previously playable, right? So Twin Energy just brings new Pokemon into the fold. You have to consider new Pokemon, new strategies, just because Twin Energy exists. For the longest time, we had double colorless energy. Double colorless energy is obviously probably a top 10 card ever printed. Okay, double colorless energy is one of the best cards ever in the history of the Pokemon trading card game. Twin Energy is still powerful, not as good, but still powerful, and it makes new Pokemon viable that we have to consider. And it's going to recontextualize the way we look at new sets. Now, when we look at new sets and a Pokemon has an attack cost of 2 colorless, we're going to say, okay, that's compatible with Twin Energy. How could we build this deck instead of looking at a attack cost for 2 colorless and being like, it's not possible, you gotta play Welder or something like that, right? So, Twin Energy is going to make new Pokemon and the decks we build recontextualized, and I think for that earns itself the number 6 spot. I think it is the most powerful and the most powerful special energy in the set. I think it has the highest potential out of any special energy. That being said, Twin Energy is only as good as the Pokemon that are compatible with it, right? In expanded format, there are decks like Lost March. There's going to be, Night March. Okay, not Lost March. All right, there's Night March in expanded format. And there's going to be the new Mad Party deck, right? The new Mad Party deck that comes out in standard format, which has a Twin Energy compatible attack. So that's another thing to think about with this card, right? So not only in standard format is it going to make those double colorless attack costs worth thinking about. In expanded format, we now have 8 double colorless energy that we can put into a deck that does not revolve around GXs or Vs, and Twin Energy is compatible with Pokemon EX if you happen to find a Pokemon EX that you would like to play this with. Now, of course, Twin Energy is compatible with Lost March in standard format. We've got the Cottony, which can use Lost March for just 2 colorless energy, and it hits the very popular RC Stag Pocket for weakness. I think the major issue with Lost March, as it has been previously, is that the deck is just inconsistent. So how can we make these non-GX, non-V decks more consistent and able to keep up with the towering HP of these 300-something hit point Pokemon VMAX? That's for us to figure out. I think Twin Energy is certainly going to help. The 5th best card from Rebel Clash, Boltund V. Top dog, except not top. It's the number 5 dog, and probably the 2nd best dog Pokemon in standard format, considering that Sashi and V is still a thing. That being said, Boltund is very, very good. It's got T-rated attacks of 200 HP, Electrify for 1 lightning energy. So you search your deck for 2 lightning energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way like, then shuffle your deck, which is phenomenal. It just allows you to accelerate energy into play, and you can build the backbone of any deck with Boltund, right? Because Boltund just gets you that turn 1 energy acceleration to power up more powerful Pokemon. You can power up your Pikarom so that then you can go ahead and full blitz. You can power up Raichu and Alolan Raichu so that you can Tandem Shock and use its GX attack, Lightning Ride GX. You can also power up Toxtricity VMAX. Any Lightning deck is going to love the inclusion of Boltund because it makes going second just that much better, because you can get that turn 1 Electrify and really sway the momentum of the game. If you pair Boltund with Energy Denial like Wait and See Hammer or Crushing Hammers, you can make it so that going second becomes very attractive for your deck, because not only are you able to potentially get turn 1 energy acceleration, you can remove your opponent's energy from play, which just kind of makes it so that it's like you got to play supporters going first. If you can bop your opponent's energy off and accelerate energy, and then you make going second the more attractive option, because your opponent is going to be on the back foot as they are getting started with their turn 2. They haven't played a supporter yet. They are trying to get in the mix. Now, one of the coolest things about Boltund is that it is good at the beginning of the game with Electrify. It's also phenomenal at the end of the game with Bolt Storm, and those 2 attacks just combo perfectly together. You can Electrify to accelerate 2 lightning energy cards from your deck to your bench Pokemon. Then once you've flooded your field with energy, you can Electrify into a full blitz. Now you've got a bunch of energy in play, and Bolt Storm is that one-hit KO attack for lightning decks. Now, Bolt Storm does 30 more damage for each lightning energy attached to all of your Pokemon, including the energy on Boltund. So if you've got 8 energy in play, you're going to be dealing 250 damage base, and getting 8 energy into play is not the hardest thing to do, considering that you can Electrify, you can full blitz, and you can use Tapu Koko Prism Star. So there's a lot of different options to be able to accelerate that energy into play. And even if you're dealing like base 250, base 220, right, then you can use Electro Powers to boost that damage output even further and reach upwards of 320 and so on and so forth. Some of those magic numbers for Pokemon V Max. So Boltund very good because it can power up more aggressive options like Pikarom or Tapu Koko V, but then it becomes the aggressive option later in the game. So I really love this card. I think it's very useful, and it's just what Lightning decks needed heading forward into the formats. Number 4 on our top 10 list from Rebel Clash, Eldegoss V is obviously very good. It's got an ability, Happy Match. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during a turn, you can put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand's basic Pokemon, but has the effect of a VS Seeker, retrieving a supporter back from the discard pile. Now, Eldegoss V is definitely a powerful card, and don't say that I didn't appreciate how powerful this card is. It's just that the 3 cards above it are absolutely game-breaking. The 3 cards above it, I would argue, are even more game-breaking than Eldegoss V, and thank you so much, Tabletop Village, for that sub. Eldegoss V can get you the game-winning Boss's Orders back from the discard pile. It can get you that Professor's Research right when you need it. It's also got an attack float up for 2 colorless energy. You can do 50 damage and shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck, which is useful as well. It's really only going to be accessible in expanded format where you do have double colorless energy, and it's also accessible in a deck like Rillaboom, which can use its ability to accelerate more energy into play. So there's both of those options there to actually use that float up attack. But Happy Match can quite simply win games. My argument for not having Eldegoss V higher on the list is that I think that many decks are actually going to prefer using Mind Report Mewtwo. So I think that Eldegoss V has some very serious competition with Mind Report Mewtwo, and I think that every deck that plays Scoop Up Net, which may be one of my top 3 cards, is going to actually prefer to play Mind Report Mewtwo over Eldegoss. So I think that if you said, Andrew, Eldegoss V is not higher enough, I would say, no. I think that Scoop Up Net and Mind Report Mewtwo is just a stronger combination, and I think that any deck that is already playing Scoop Up Net, which is going to be quite a few, is automatically going to put a Mind Report Mewtwo in the deck. So Eldegoss V, incredible card out of the new set. I think it's extremely powerful, but it's got some competition already for that Pokemon-based supporter retrieval, and Mind Report Mewtwo is only worth 1 prize. Eldegoss V is 2, and the fact that Eldegoss cannot be reused right now. There's no easy way to pick up the Eldegoss V. It's just a one-of supporter retrieval, where Mind Report Mewtwo, you can reuse that over and over again with your Scoop Up Net. So Eldegoss V, definitely a powerful card. It's going to be played in a number of decks, which is why it's number 4 on our top 10 list from Rebel Clash. Dragapult VMAX. This is the most hyped card out of the most hyped Pokemon out of the set, and for good reason. It's a massive VMAX Pokemon, 320 HP, 2 incredible attacks. First attack, Shred for 1 psychic energy, does 60 damage, and is not affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So Shred is nice. It can go through any sort of blockade ability, things like that your opponent might have. It can even go through those pesky Zamazenta's, which is kind of interesting. So Shred, a nice attack there. And then Max Phantom is really the one that we're going to be talking about. For 2 psychic energy, deals 130 damage. Once you place 5 damage counters on your opponent's
you